Well, officials say at least 20 people were killed when an aid truck overturned when it was overrun by crowds seeking food in Gaza. Israel's Prime Minister is preparing to push his security cabinet to agree to an all-out occupation of the enclave. Diana Magnay has the latest from Jerusalem this morning.
Any expansion will only lead to more death and more chaos and more of a humanitarian crisis. But I don't think that that is top of Benjamin Netanyahu's mind as he considers whether to go for a full-blown military expansion across the whole of the Gaza Strip, which is reportedly what he favours doing. Now, perhaps this is still a negotiating tactic to try and get Hamas to the table, but that certainly doesn't seem to be paying off, and time is ticking down until this Security Cabinet meeting tomorrow at 6 p.m. when apparently the Cabinet will make a decision on what the IDF has laid out, the various options that the IDF has laid out. We understand that the military are not keen on the idea of a full-blown military expansion because it would cost soldiers' lives, it would be very costly, the military is already overstretched, morale is not great. But that also doesn't seem to be something, well, if we are to believe Israeli media reports, that Benjamin Netanyahu believes. You know, it does feel as though he is banging on a drum that, you know, has stopped sounding, really, because this idea to go ahead to try and defeat Hamas, he's been trying to do that for 22 months and it hasn't succeeded, and there isn't really a suggestion that he'll manage to rout them if he just pushes in harder. I think it is fair to say that Hamas have won over the last few weeks the narrative, because public opinion, certainly internationally, because of the blockade on Gaza and the fact that it is on the brink of famine. We're seeing so many pictures of starving children there, and that means that public opinion has turned against Israel, and perhaps that is why Benjamin Netanyahu is just trying any option that he possibly can. But yes, it does not bode well. It is not an option that the international community wants to see. We don't have details particularly on what it might mean. I mean, actually, Israel already is the occupying authority in the Gaza Strip. It pretty much controls around 88% of the territory. It has squeezed the people of Gaza into small pockets where they are incredibly crowded with very poor supplies, and any further military operations will only squeeze them further. So we will have to see what decision he makes on Thursday, and if he gives any further detail about whether this would be a temporary military administration or whether it would be something that is more akin to what the far right, the extremist far right in his government want, which is a full occupation of Gaza, a full annexation and resettlement of a lot of the territory. We still don't know very much. Let's see if we find out more after the meeting tomorrow.